We're trying to build sheds, but it's a mission of trying to find a flat piece of ground anywhere that's not covered in car parts or cars. So this is actually like a budget way to have a shed. They cost around 2.2k to buy like a flat pack of these sheds. And they're 3 by 6 meters, so they're not too small, and you can get them I think in 2 meters or 2.3 meters high, so they're nice and high, and hopefully will provide at least a little bit of storage for some of these cars out of the weather. Look, there's some parts of my place that are really ugly, and then there's some parts that are kind of nice, I suppose. I want to paint this whole house brown, like do this all brown and maybe like flat pack it. I wasn't talking about you. And put like the paper, Japanese paper windows, and do the brown where anything that's blue. Pull out this lattice thing, paint everything blue, brown, maybe look a little more Japanese. I can only hope. Like a koi pond somewhere here, and some like stone steps, and get rid of this stuff. That's dangerous, man. In an ideal world, we want somewhere really nice to park our cars, plenty of space, a roof over the cars' heads, and I don't know, somewhere to work on cars. The reality is during a housing crisis, an impending recession, and 7 weeks to move out, you kind of just have to take what you get. So, welcome to my house. We are in the middle of cleaning up a house that was owned by an elderly couple that just kind of dumped a whole bunch of stuff on the property. So we've kind of been chasing our tails trying to clean this place up for a couple of months, but it is a lot of work, so we've been kind of working slowly on trying to get the house a bit more us friendly. So at the moment we're trying to build a garage, well, 2 garages actually. There's the other half of one just here and some other bits and pieces. I've been meaning to do this for ages. I've had these in packets, but we haven't got around to it. Now, I can't explain this to you guys as literally as it looks, but this whole house has stupid mods. Like, this old guy done some really questionable things, and it has been a constant battle of, you know, chasing our tails, trying to live in this without things falling down or breaking, or for instance, we tripped the power in the house and it killed half our fish. What else? There's no hot water in the in the kitchen. The kitchen has no hot water. The actual bathroom's hot water doesn't work properly. Some of the plumbing doesn't work. It's a nightmare. There's stuff everywhere. There was cupboards and old mattresses and old freezers and stuff everywhere. And then we had to move 2 workshops on top of that into this one house in the same kind of week. So there is stuff everywhere, and as much as I'm kind of ashamed to say, you know, my house is a pigsty, I don't really care, because this is what's important to me, and this could be gone tomorrow and I wouldn't bat an eyelid. I don't care. We've been trying to get everything sorted, slowly getting things undercover, organized, moved around, etc., which is why I wanted to make this video. So a lot of the time I'm making these videos, I want to show you guys something fun and exciting and progressive, and I forget every now and then I have to do like the everyday life kind of things as well. Because I have to show you how I got there, and, you know, the hardships and what actually was involved in making something like, I don't know, a resto happen. You know, how hard it is sometimes to be a car enthusiast, and to move this amount of cars around, or to afford this amount of cars, or to manage this amount of cars. There is so much involved in being a car enthusiast that it could be a full-time job if you wanted it to be. Yeah, so I apologize that there is stuff everywhere, but at the same time, this is the internet, so I want to show you guys the reality of my situation and what I'm going through, and why things might take time, and why things don't get done as fast as I want them to get done. But this is Ichigo. This is the wide body in progress that I was doing. This was that beautiful car you saw on the on most of my social medias, like what, a year or 2 ago, and it has been reduced to this, just pretty much purely because the environment I'm in. This was all flooded not too long ago, and as you can see, I can't really work on a wide body in this. Like, I can't even move around the car. I can't keep it sheltered from rain and weather and stuff. This is what the sun's done to the side of my mold. Thankfully it hasn't ruined the structural integrity of the mold, but it's like destroying my tape. It's not great. It's really not great. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, falling down again. Oh god, I'm falling everywhere. Can't even stand up right. Whew. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to do here, and then not to mention, do you know how hard it is to mow the lawn all the time? I don't want to mow the lawn. I want to fix my cars. Small things, I know, but yeah, so if the lawn doesn't get mowed, I can't move cars around. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at today is, that is my situation. My house looks like a barn find at the moment. My cars look like barn finds. We got a couple of motors under these because we just don't have any space left in the garage, and I'll show you why in a minute. Ben did put my SSR Gartmeyers on his 350Z though, which looks really nice. I was going to steal them and put them on that, but might steal these Concept Concaves, which are these guys over here. So, yeah, in the meantime, we're trying to build 2 sheds, to pull this down and to put a shed here, and to put a shed down the side of the house here. This poor guy has no motor anymore. This guy is getting attacked by a peach tree. I wanted to get this out not too long ago and give it a full respray and drive it around as a street car, but this is where you guys come in, because I have something that I'm stuck deciding. I want your help. So my poor S14 here is just sitting out in the weather. Now the paint was already shot before I bought the car, so I'm not worried about the paint. I've got a brand new body kit for it in the garage, and it needs to get a respray and that kind of thing. The interior's mint, the motor's mint, the whole driveline, great. It runs, it works, it's fine. But I don't know. Do I resurrect the 14, or do I resurrect what I'm going to show you in a minute? Let me know. I'll just give you a quick look at this, because it is a bit of a interesting thing to throw on a car channel. There's little bits and pieces of this kind of stuff. So this is actually the door cards for the Diablo. And then up the front here we've got, I'll show you in a minute, just over here, got a bunch of trimmings and rear bumpers and other little bits and pieces and aero and stuff that go on this car. So this is a kit car. This is on an FC RX-7 base, and it's convertible. Now this is not, as you can see, an appropriate base for this car at all. But this thing would be really cool to one day throw on the channel and do like a sponsor build. So like get some people on board and make it a drift demo car, or you know, enter it in some competitions, or take it around on a bit of a drift tour and just have a blast with it. Take it down to New South Wales, take it to Eastern Creek, take it down to South Australia and just drift it, because how often would you see a Lamborghini Diablo as a drift car, much less drifting or doing tandems? I think it would be sick to find like a 300ZX, put this shell on top of a 300ZX chassis, and then put a JZ in it and go drift it. Okay, so here is my dilemma. I need a daily. I need a street car. I am in desperate need of a car. I don't have anything I can drive. I'm currently borrowing all the Ben's cars, and I feel horrible because they're just not me. They're not my car. So I want to get something back on the road that's mine, and then I can drive, enjoy, come out, hang out, do events, go driving, take photos, and feel like me again. So I'm tossing up. I'm fixing the mirror at the moment, which I'll show you guys in a sec. But what I need to decide, what I need you guys to help me with right now, should I resurrect the S14? But it needs to go to paint and panel, it needs a kit, I need at least $2,000 at least to clean this right up. I've got to bleed the brakes, check all that, because this thing's been sitting around for about 8 years, so it could need a whole bunch of stuff. Very, very clean car on the inside. It's just unfortunately been out here and getting attacked by a peach tree. So, should I get the 14 up and running, or the mirror will be up and running, so keep that in mind. This thing, no matter what, I will have this up and going, but it needs some work. I need to get a AFR gauge in it. I need to sort out a little piggyback and some other things. This is my options. Well, that's the Diablo accessories. That's the rear bar for the Lamborghini Diablo. There's some seats there. There's some interior trims and a whole bunch of weird stuff. There's a center console. This is option 2. The Z still runs, by the way, but I need to do an exhaust. Ouch! Exhaust manifold. The Z still runs, by the way. It just needs a new exhaust manifold. I don't want to keep driving that into the ground. I want to do a proper few weeks work on it, so it's safe under here for now. This, whoa, is my option B. Come on, I can get the garage open. My garage is full of stuff. I wonder if I can even get to the light. No. Well, okay, give me a second. I need to try to get to my light switch. Again, there is 2 workshops in this double car garage right now, and my property. So I apologize that it looks like absolute trash, but we had 7 weeks to move everything into the smallest space imaginable. Alright, this is option B. This is Ray. God, it's looking like more of a barn find every day. So to give you a bit of a background on this car, this was a rolling shell that I traded an R33 4-door for, I think around 5 or 6 years ago now. It was a long time ago. The intention was to do a fully restored 180SX, and at the time I had a better job, so I imported a full Spirit Ray Miyabi kit for it. Now this thing, the Spirit Ray Miyabi kit, if you're not aware, or if you're not a 180 person, that's like the holy grail of body kits for 180s. It is just beautiful. It accentuates all the factory lines really well, and I had to put it in Millennium Jade, of course, so it is a beautiful car, but I have never turned the key on this car. I got the motor from JDM Garage about 5 years ago. It was a direct import SR20 red top from Japan. It's never ran, as far as I'm aware, in this country, so I've never turned the key, I've never got it running, and it's a bit of a mystery motor, to be honest. It's pretty stock. I'll throw in the pictures of how I got the car, just here, in this little section somewhere here. When I got it, it had like a really big, heavy 90s Veilside body kit on it, and it was bluey green, kind of like a, I don't know, it was a weird color. It was blue with like a green, like, pearl. It was really cool, but paint was old and the car was dated as hell, so I ended up pulling everything out, putting the motor in and putting the car back together. I got knuckles, I got LCAs, done S14 brake upgrade on it. It's got a S15 gearbox 6-speed in it. Yeah, I know they're pretty weak. It's a daily, it's a street car. It's meant to just drive around and look pretty. It's a hard parker. And yeah, and I've ended up going to Japan around a similar time. So I went to Japan around that time frame as well, and I bought a whole bunch of really cool stuff over there. So I bought brand new Defi triple DINs from Up Garage, which were really cool. I bought, it's got a carbon fiber center console. I had the 32 GDR seats in this originally, but I pulled them out and put them in the 32. And I've got my 32 seats just sitting in this at the moment. Oh wow, you can't even see it, I've got that much dust on my windscreen. I've got an Ital Volante steering wheel, which is the original steering wheel brand that was on the AE86 in Initial D. So, really cool brands. I bought that over from Japan as well in my backpack. The headlights are rainbow crystals that I also brought over from Japan. What else? There's so much cool little things about this car, and I have been meaning to get it finished over the last couple of years. But I've just had so many other things going on, like with the 180 here, with the 32, with running the shop, with moving house, financials, with changing jobs, all that kind of stuff, you know, life stuff just got in the way. So this is my second option, guys. Do I respray and fix up the 14 so it'll run as a daily? Now that thing's been sitting for pretty much the same amount of time as this thing has. That probably 8 years it hasn't been moving. Like it runs, it turns on, but I mean, like the brake lines need bleeding. I don't know what the fuel lines are like. The fuel tank probably is needing dropping and CLRing, etc. Same deal with this one, but this one's a mystery. I don't even know if it's gonna run properly once we start it. I don't know if the coil packs are good, nothing, no idea. And I have to fix up a couple of things with the body loom because I put, I think, an S13 loom in it instead of a 180 loom, so it doesn't have like the headlight motor, wiring and that kind of stuff. So I do have spare looms to do that. It just could be a kind of a big job. But still, what do you guys reckon? Should I get the Spirit Ray Miyabi out of storage, dormancy, hibernation, barn-findedness, or should I get the 14 that you can't even see running? What do you guys reckon? I'll give you a bit more of a look around this and it might help you make a better, more informed decision. This reminds me of my dad's garage when I was growing up. We had a 7-car garage and it looked like this. So it was like a mission of how fast you could run through without bumping something over. Okay, disregard my wheels. I have my Workmaster M1s off Ichigo on the front. The rear Meisters are on Ichigo. I'll pull them off and I'll put them on this. They're 18 by 12 minus 40, which sit, these are like 65-70mm rear over fenders. They still sit kind of out of it, but I could camber them so they fit really nicely and look like a hard Parker. So not worried about the wheel fitment or the wheels. It's had the body line shaved, so you can see on the doors here, there's no groove here, which is really cool because it blends in really nicely with the rest of the Spirit Ray kit. I've got the Spirit Ray front air spoiler. It's at the back here. Sorry, you might not be able to see it. It's right there. So if you look up Motohiro-san's original Spirit Ray Miyabi Red 180, he's got the full kit on that. I've just got to get the side skirts for it. That's the only thing I'm missing. I've got the half carbon rear bar. So I'm being very careful here, as you can imagine. Scary process. And this is the interior. Now I have to get some seats off a friend of mine, and I'll get rid of the 32 seats because they're not really suiting this car, but whew. Classic S chassis doors. Oh my god, thank you. It's so scary leaving this in here. Oh, the cats, are you kidding me? So Benjamin, against my wishes, left the roller door slightly open one day because one of the cats got themselves locked in here. And then, I don't know, he forgot to close it and the cats just went ham, man. The cats had a rave party in here. I've got the D-Max rear wing on the back, if I can get to the back. And I've got really cool custom LED tails. Not sure if you can see them. But it is a very, very beautiful car. And I think I would be pretty happy driving it around and feeling a bit more like my old self. Not having to drive other people's cars, not having to drive cars I don't like, not having to drive automatics, etc. So, what do you guys reckon? What should I do? Let me know in the comments, please. And at the moment I'm going to finish off that garage, and then one of those two cars is going to go into that garage, get fixed, get regoed, and you'll see me around in it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the absolute trash that my house looks like. It'll get better. I don't like living like this. I don't like living with crap everywhere. It's really not me. Honestly, I would love to live in a concrete bunker in the side of a hill and just have a stretcher in the corner and have my cars all across the floor in front of me. No other material possessions, no furniture, no TV, nothing. Just computer in the corner, stretcher, all the cars, and a toolbox in the corner as well. That'd be great. One day we'll make it happen. Alright guys, well, thank you for joining me for this vlog. I hope it's given you a little bit more insight as to the daily life of what I get up to, and I don't know, what it's like being a car enthusiast with 24 cars, and, you know, working on a budget and just being an everyday person trying to get by in the world currently with everything going on. And yeah, we'll make it work. I just want to go drifting. That's all I care about right now. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.